Mass liquidations have struck the crypto market with estimates as high as $10 billion. But the big time CEOs out there are saying this will pass and things will get much better. I've got good news for UK fans as staking comes back. ETH in some trouble. XRP price talk at the end.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
And if I could sing a line of a song that described yesterday's pain, it would be this. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Well, luckily I don't sing and I bring you crypto news. But before we get into that, your comments come first. That's right. Been reading them all night, made you late night videos, and I've been trying to hang out with you so you can know what's going on with the news. Adonis 101 says, love how you talked about going through 2008 with the family. I was there too with 4 kids. Yeah, houses got washed by 50+%. It was bankruptcies, defaults like crazy around that time. But guess what? We got through it. Sphinx 8101 says, Tesla investor here. This is nothing, just a discount. We all know this is going to go right back up within what, 3 months? Wait for the bottom and hodl. You don't lose unless you sell and lock in losses. Don't lock in losses, silly buns. Yeah, I forgot about that move. Tesla holders definitely had some rough times. Mr. Anderson's hanging out that says, my heart goes out to all the ETH holders. I have some too out there. I can't imagine how depressing it must be. You went all in on ETH and had to watch BTC hit 40% above previous all-time high. ETH doesn't do squat, and now it's dumping. I might actually buy some ETH at this point. Definitely gonna DCA. Yes, yesterday was a rough one. Markets are starting to claw their way back. More good news on the way, but this is part of the game of crypto, everyone. Bitcoin sitting at 96,636 ETH, 2618 XP at 236 ADA at 71 cents. Wow, XLM at 33, Doge at 25. There are some definite bargains out there if you believe in long-term prospects. ICP, $6.93. Let's start getting into the news. Crypto crash. Binance CEO estimates liquidations likely reach $10 billion. Recently, the crypto market correction has triggered the most massive liquidations since what, everyone? Since the FTX crash. However, the Bybit co-founder believes that the real figure might be 5 times larger. Yeah, up to $10 billion worth of liquidations is estimated. ETH? Guys brought it up. Like I said, you had shared me comments, hot, spicy, naughty, relevant. Maybe I'll share it beginning of the next video. ETH BTC targets 5-year lows. Now, before what happened yesterday, okay, ETH was one of the main laggards in the market. Check this out, okay? Over the last 90 days, ETH was only up 6%. BTC was up 37, and XRP up 317. So check this out. ETH only up 90% in the last, or up 6% last 90 days. Now down 14% in the last 24 hours. One of the hardest hit. So they went up the least and went down near the most. ETH holders have been absolutely getting wrecked in this move. So XRP fans, don't worry. It's not everyone taking a bite out of the poop sandwich. ETH holders are taking a bite out of a mega poop sandwich. Look at the chart for ETH. Did not bounce back nearly as strongly as you've seen XRP and the others. Good news, though, for UK fans. Little golf clap for you. Uphold relaunches staking for UK customers following some regulatory clarity. The move follows UK Treasury Amendment to the Financial Services and Markets Act of 2000, which came into effect January 31st, 2025, removing previous barriers for staking for UK investors. That is awesome. That is great news for UK fans. We got staking back here in the United States with 39 states getting it. Before the legislative update, UK customers faced uncertainty regarding staking, preventing them from earning rewards for participating in blockchain validation. With the FCA regulated framework now in place, Uphold has become one of the first platforms in the UK to reintroduce staking. The platform now supports staking for ETH, SOL, NEAR, and among other proof-of-stake cryptocurrencies, with some offerings up to 14.8%. UK fans, let me know down below what's the juicy staking that you're looking at. Simon McLaughlin, CEO of Uphold, commented on launch saying this: Staking is an inherent function of many blockchains. It creates a legitimate way for crypto holders to put their assets to work while supporting the validation process. With legal clarification, we can now offer this core feature to our UK users, and you'd expect from Uphold, we'll make accessing, geez, Klaus, staking rewards easier than any other platform. Now, the big time CEOs out there are trying to tell everyone not to freak out that this is part of the game. Binance CEO says this too shall pass amid the single largest liquidation event since FTX. This too shall pass. It's helpful to realize that this downturn is temporary, Tang wrote on his personal X page, addressing the general crypto community. He noted that digital asset investors have experienced multiple drawdowns in past market cycles. Yeah, think of the Luna crash, think of FTX. We've had a whole bunch of these. Tang argued that markets would outgrow volatility and eventually show more steady upward trajectories in the future. Binance CEO also advised users and traders to upskill during market downtime, a move to prepare for opportunities. This is what Tang said. Great quote here. As the crypto market matures, volatility will become less of a concern. Volatility is tied to market size. Assets with smaller market caps are more volatile. As digital assets gain utility value, volatility will be less of a concern. That's a cause for optimism. And that's what I was trying to tell everyone over these last several days, saying, look, we got way more good coming than we do bad. But doesn't mean that we're not going to have to deal with bad. Housing fans out there, you know what it was like in 2008. You watched your home's value erase, and you watched all the bankruptcy and default filings just skyrocket. Now, one of the things some of the people are going to point out is, bro, but BTC didn't lose that much. Only down 2.3% in the last 24 hours, where XRP is down 15% in the last 24 hours. Yeah, but BTC also did not gain 317% over the last 90 days. They only gained 37. And remember, BTC will not benefit from the regs. They will not benefit from the SEC cases. They're not going to benefit from the exchange action either. They're not going to benefit from the ETFs because they've already got the ETFs, but the alts will. Now, in terms of XRP, we saw prices as low in the 170s. My comments and emails, seriously, thank you for everyone who emailed me supportive comments. I got back to you as quickly as I could. And honestly, that's why I did the video late yesterday, to show you my support, that I wasn't hiding in a corner. I was there to bring you the news, whether it was good or bad, happy or sad. So help me out with the subscribe. I'm going to try to hit 40,000 this month. It's going to be really hard, especially since over 500,000 viewers last month watched and weren't subscribed. If only 1% did it, we'd easily break that mark. We hit that 177 mark. We have now bounced back to 239. Players out there are saying that we're going to see some of the biggest V recovery in history. And I can tell you this right now. We're going to have a lot more positive news than negative news. The tariff action and all that. Hey, look, we knew it was going to rock the markets, but we didn't think it was going to rock it this big. Some of y'all took the opportunities and bought the dip. Some of you got out. Some of you hodled. Whatever you did was the right move. And here's why I'm saying it. Because it's a move that you made. You are in control, and whatever you did was the right move with the information you had. So pat yourself on the back for getting through these tumultuous times. Things will get better. FTX crash. You remember how bad that was? And we played crypto hot potato. Luna UST crash. You remember how bad that was? And everyone's like, bro, all cryptos are going to zero. Same thing with FTX. All cryptos are going to zero. And it did. We roared back even harder. Now, who made money on this move? It's obvious. It's the exchanges. Volume up a mind-boggling 377% to 37 billion in volume just for XRP alone. Biggest volume right now for XRP is coming in the Korean market, where they are paying a premium for XRP at 255. Their volume, 4.7 billion, bigger than Binance's 4.3 billion. So players out there bought the dip en masse, and we're seeing the volume really blow the doors off of things. Now let's go to those candlesticks and see what it looks like. We're going to hop on to the 15-minute and share with you what it looks like. This is it. You can see we saw that move right down here at the low of 177.11. Like I said, we've since bounced back, fighting right around that 240 mark. The reality is this. Yesterday struck people hard, and what happened was a bunch of players out there panicked. We had a bunch of liquidations from people being quite a bit over leveraged. This is part of the greed cycles of crypto. This, I will tell you, is absolutely normal for every period of time, right? Your FTXs, your Lunas, and so forth, right? Just like CEO Richard Tang said, you know what? We're going to go through this. But as we gain utility, as we gain market size, and as we gain more regulatory clarity, crypto is not going to be as volatile. So, XRP fans, what I want to hear from you is this: how did you play the last 48 hours? Were you in hodl mode? Did you stick your head in the sand? Did you buy more? Did you reposition completely? Let me know, because remember, there is no right or wrong answer because it all is individual, and I'm here to support all of you, whether you're the short-term players that got in at 177 and are going to make a ton of bank here, players that said, look, bro, I had to get out, I was getting liquidated, or for those of you out there that was like, yo, I just kept buying the dip because I had more dry powder ready hanging out on the sidelines. But I'm here to support you. And right now, what we need to see is how today falls out. I would love to see today claw back to that 250 mark and start our march back onto the $3 mark. I'm optimistic we're going to see that $3 mark here in the near future. And remember, we've got lots of juicy action coming up, which is going to help us pump up the alts. And remember, we just got staking back in the United States. And remember this, UK fans just got staking. That's right, the regs are going to start working in our favor, and we're going to start getting more good news than bad. We just have to deal with some really junk news every so often. Tesla holders, you know what I'm talking about. Housing fans, you know what I'm talking about. Silver stackers, you know what I'm talking about. That's right. Every market goes through this. Crypto just happens to be one of the most volatile. Why? We expect the biggest gains, so we got the biggest risks. That's why we're into crypto, because we can stand the heat. And for you newer players into crypto, my heart goes out to you because this is your first experience of crypto volatility. But for us chiseled veterans, we've seen this move time and time again. The shakeout action, the overcorrection from the markets. But remember, 40% loss, 300% gain. It's all about how you navigate these tough times, and if you can stick to the fundamentals and what your beliefs are in regards to the future. Now, the CEO, Richard Tang, he's got some great points here. Market cap is still really small for a lot of these cryptos out there, which makes them super susceptible. Even XRP, think of the move that we've gone through. It's only been 3 months of like juicy price action, right? That's not big when you compare it to the entire time frame of crypto. Hell, we just went through 2 years of XRP between 30 and 50 cents, getting pounded by Gary Gensler, getting pounded by the Biden administration and the regs that, weren't there, getting pounded by Choke Point 2.0, and getting pounded by all sorts of other junk out there. But see, all those problems are going to be removed here in the near future. That's why Richard Tang and other bigs out there are like, yo, we're buying the dip, we're repositioning, we know what the future has for us. We just got to deal with this as we're in the early stages of market growth. And we are, because look back to just the beginning of November price wise, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. We had to fight for 50 cents. And then we had to fight for that 50 cents and then fear that we were going to drop right back down to 40 or 35, wiping 30% off just like that. And it happened often. This was a painful move. But what did it tell us? Well, it told us that a lot of players out there got out. I mean, you saw the volume, you saw the sell orders. A lot of players couldn't take the heat. But how do you make the money, right? You buy when there's blood in the streets, and you sell when people are greedy buying the green. That's how the bigs have made their money. That's how the players out there that are at the top got there. They stick with the fundamentals, and they stick with what? They stick with their plan. They try their best not to let emotion get hold of them. Now, serious thank you to everyone that has been sending supportive comments. I have been doing my best to respond back to you. I do have to go to the airport today, so I might be kind of MIA a little bit this afternoon, but don't worry. I'll be back to bring you more crypto news as it happens. And trust me, when good news happens, I'll bring it. When bad news happens, I'll bring it too. I'm not going to be like the other creators out there that were like, bro, we're going to $10,000 by Monday. And then Monday happens and we're like, yo, it's like $2.50. No, I'm going to bring you the news, whether it's good, bad, happy, or sad, as accurately and timely as possible so that you can make the best decision. How do we end videos, veterans? Well, you know how. Noobs, this is how we do it. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Choo choo, bitches.